If we can get someone, they go from content, they watching that, we've got a very hot lead.
YouTube will amplify things in your business.
Leads will reveal themselves to you.
It might take like a year from finding a guy's account to signing up to their coaching.
Something I want to talk about is how entrepreneurs and business owners view YouTube, because most of them will think, oh, I can sign clients from YouTube, and they think they can just upload videos and people will start booking calls and signing up as clients immediately. But we've actually found that YouTube is just the start of the journey, and you need to go through your funnel, your email list, and everything is normal. Duffs, what do you think about that, and how should entrepreneurs view YouTube?
We're trying to get, like, I'm thinking about this from the content that we create and the content that we create for clients. We're looking to get as many touch points with potential clients as possible. Creating YouTube content is good for that, and then you might make 4 videos, 8 videos a month, whatever it is. But not only are we looking to get loads of touch points on the front end, I know that's not your question, but again, like, if we create all this content, we want to have loads of public touch points as well, like your TikToks, your YouTube shorts, your Instagram reels. But we also want to have loads of touch points on the back end as well. Let's say you are within our ICP right now, you're an agency owner, a coach doing $20,000 a month plus, and you might be interested in working with us on YouTube. We want to have as many touch points with you after you watch the videos as possible. So look, we said in a previous video, one of the things we started to do is give away our video course for free as a lead magnet. So as in, like, that would naturally be one of the first touch points that we're looking to get if someone comes into our YouTube or like our ecosystem, our content ecosystem. We're looking to get them to watch our video course if possible. We have a 6-hour video course there. There's 50 videos teaching you how to sign high-ticket clients from YouTube. If we can get someone to go from content to watching that, we've got a very hot lead, because that's someone that now isn't just a viewer or a fan of our content, I suppose, in the way that like sometimes people are if they just watch the content and nothing else. They're very much a lead and a potential customer, maybe not now, but further down the line.
I think we have found that generally when we've sort of had questionnaires and whatever with clients and their clients, most people on average that come from YouTube or end up on YouTube, whether that's via Instagram or other sources to begin with, they watch 4 to 5 videos usually, at least. If they're 15-20 minutes, that's an hour to an hour and a half that they've been watching you before they actually book a call or whatever it is. Alex, you're obviously mostly short form based. Do you have any sort of data in terms of how many reels or short form pieces of content that a viewer will watch before they turn from a viewer into a client?
There's definitely people I've been watching for like months, years, and I'd say that happens so often where like fitness coaching as a niche, for example, something like that. There's probably guys that it might take like a year from finding a guy's account to like signing up to their coaching on Instagram, but they could have seen like 300 videos in there. But then there could be someone who sees like 1 or 2 videos and likes them and just goes for it.
It's the same with us, because like we've had conversations with entrepreneurs 6 to 12 months before signing them as clients. So maybe not on the content side, more like the outreach, direct sales kind of approach. But like, we've spoke to people and had sales calls with people and been very, very direct about like, right, this is what we can do for you and this is what it will cost. And we still didn't sign them for 6, 12, 18 months maybe. The person might completely buy into you and what you're selling and everything about you. They might already have watched your content for ages. It's just not the right time for them. Whatever it is, like either financially it's not the right time for them, or they're sitting going, right, I need this in place, this in place, and this in place before I'm going to push YouTube content out, before I push short form content out.
Larger accounts would struggle for this, but like smaller guys, like taking this piece of advice, like just reach out to your followers, like just start an actual conversation, like human connection, and just reach out, start a conversation.
If you do that at a high enough scale, a high enough volume, we are just like, not only are you creating content, but you're building your own little ecosystem of followers that you do speak to, either in Twitter DMs, LinkedIn DMs, Instagram DMs, wherever it is. Leads will reveal themselves to you by speaking to you about certain things. Like, say for us, it's very clear who we're chatting to just for the sake of chatting to them, and it's very clear who actively wants to make content somewhere. And it's the same as you said, the fitness coach example. If you're reaching out to all your followers, you'll know by who you're chatting to who is a fit for your services. And that, like, if you're a fitness coach, someone might be chatting to you about, look, I've been trying to lose all this weight, I keep trying to go to the gym 3 times a week, but I'm struggling with the consistency, my diet's terrible, whatever it is. Like, people will reveal pain points to you through enough conversation to the point where like you might not even need to be too salesy on that. It's just like, here's some free value first of all, and if you like it, look, maybe you can sign up to whatever it is that I'm selling.
That free value for most of our clients is YouTube. Like obviously I started this video by talking about how YouTube is just the first step in the journey, but that isn't fully true. In a way, it's the first and every part of the journey. Felix, one of our clients, the Amazon FBA coach, we've worked with him for probably 2 years now. 90 to 95% of people that he signs on his high ticket mentorship program mention YouTube on the call. Now, they might not necessarily have originally discovered him on YouTube, but he's either directed them through Instagram DMs or they've found him naturally after scrolling on a few of his reels on Instagram. It's so good for nurturing people, but it's also not going to do it alone. You need to have everything set up so once someone's ready to take that next step from your YouTube and they click the link in the description, they can book the call, they get the email sequence telling them what's going to happen on the call, social proof, why they should trust you, so on and so forth. And then if they don't sign up on the call, then all the email sequences over the next 12 weeks, whatever it is, they get added to your weekly email list. They get sent when you have new launches, whatever it is you're doing in your normal marketing, YouTube becomes part of that. It's not a separate entity. It can, but it's most likely not just going to assign you clients as a standalone thing.
It amplifies everything else, and it creates that kind of like the way more trust element than short form content, but you kind of need the whole ecosystem in order to like scale a brand, I would say, like a personal brand. So Josh, see, in terms of the touch points, give me an example of a YouTube sales funnel and all the touch points that might take place in it.
I think the easiest way to do this would be break down a room. Right, so when anyone watches your YouTube videos, most of the time we're going to be call to action towards this free course that we have that's 6 hours long and has pretty much everything we know about signing clients from YouTube. So they'll watch one of your videos and they'll go on the landing page, and then whenever they click to sign up, they give us their details, which means we have their phone and their email, as well as their monthly revenue. So going back to what you said earlier, where you know what DMs to focus on based on how people are speaking, this for us tells us which leads are the hottest and which ones we're most likely to sign. If someone's making 0 to 20k a month, they're most likely not going to be able to afford our services, but anyone in these top 3 can, and obviously we're going to pay attention to ones on the higher end of that.
Right, see, before you touch on anything further in this funnel, first of all, that's a really good qualification thing for us at a very, very early stage, right? So like, you come through our YouTube channel, you want our video course for free. Even if you're making no money, we'll give it to you for free. But see, on the back end, we're going to put way less effort into trying to maybe sign you as a client versus someone that comes through our funnel and goes, I'm making $50,000 a month. I've just watched your video course. We're going to focus more on the back end on those kind of guys. So it's good to get that qualification in early, as opposed to putting loads of work in without qualifying people and then finding out, geez, I've just spent loads of effort trying to sign a client that could have never paid for us.
Yeah, exactly. So just to then break down how our funnel looks, once someone fills that form out, the lead is created, meaning they get added to our CRM. They're sent an email with the details for the course and a text to let them know it's been sent. Then they're sent emails over the course of a week. And as you can see here, it's hard to make the most of the course so they actually find the lead magnet valuable and don't just disregard it as something that they never look at again. Then it's kind of like promoting YouTube, why it's so valuable, a case study, checking in like accountability, and then just letting them know that they'll be added to our weekly email list. And from there, we will send them weekly emails. As well as that, we will be notified to call them manually. So me or Duffs will ring them up and say, about a week ago, you got our YouTube course, just seeing if you've started anything with that, how's things going, is there anything we can help with? At this point as well, we'll send them a message. If we can't get through, we'll send them a message on WhatsApp with like a selfie and just a similar worded message. And that sort of opens the barrier to being more personable. And going back to where we said we know which leads are the most valuable, those guys that are on the higher end of this, every month we'll be giving them something for free. So it might be a free script, a video idea, or a topic that's trending across other niches, just giving them a heads up, this is doing well, you might want to make it for yourself. We're essentially just trying to give them as much as we can, because we know in 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, however many months from now, we will assign them as a client if we keep giving them this amount of value.
And that's very important, because obviously anyone that we're going to do that for has first of all watched our video course, and second of all identified the fact that they can afford our services, right? So it's like, the problem is not financial, the problem is just does this person believe that we're the right people to get them from here where they are to here where they're trying to get to? And that's on us showcasing them our expertise through as many ways as possible. But again, you're not doing that on the front end, the complete morons. You're doing that on the back end, the people who have already showed you that they're competent entrepreneurs. They've already showed that they might be interested in your services. Why would you not put a lot of effort into that hot lead list when you've got them there in the first place? Why would you sacrifice those people? Like, why would you just have them there and not keep following on from that? Like, use that list forever. Don't just trash the leads after a week or two if they're not getting back to you. I could technically call those leads every month if I don't get them.
And just to end on that, one thing that we've said throughout this, I think it was you that said it, Duffs, is YouTube will amplify things in your business. So if things are going well, YouTube will exponentially scale your business. If you have leaky funnels, leads going missing, YouTube's only going to make that worse. You're going to get more leads than ever, but more leads are going to go walkabouts and you can't actually track them in your CRM where you're not reaching out to them every month.
See, as you say, YouTube amplifies everything, right? Because that's a fucking great point. Let's say if I cold call you, you might tell me to go fuck myself, right? But let's say Mr. Beast cold calls you. You'll probably have a conversation with him based on the fact that on YouTube or whatever publicly, he's put himself across in a way where it has amplified his brand and his status to the point where like you'd be throwing yourself to work with him. You would jump over fucking anything to work with that guy on your YouTube channel because in your mind you're gonna be like, of course, Mr. Beast is the guy to get me from here to here. So it's about using YouTube
ads as well.
It's about YouTube and like it's about breaking down those kind of like mental barriers surrounding people with the touch points. So that when you do call them, they're like, yeah, I've watched all your YouTube videos. I've watched your video course. You're willing to call me for 5 or 10 minutes to talk about my own YouTube channel and what I could do. You can work on the front end as much as possible so that when you make that phone call, and even further than that, maybe when you get someone on a sales call, they're sitting there knowing exactly who you are, ready to buy from you, as opposed to thinking that you're a complete stranger that's trying to sell them something that they don't even want.